Get ready for Netflix's gripping new medical drama, Pulse. Set in a cutting-edge Miami trauma center, third-year resident Dr. Danny Sims is unexpectedly thrust into a promotion when beloved chief resident Dr. Xander Phillips gets suspended. Then, with the emotional and physical stakes at their highest, a storm will push the hospital and its residents to their limits. Witness how life can change in a heartbeat when you're operating under pressure. Watch Pulse April 3rd, only on Netflix.
Brace the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
You've seen and heard guitarist Billy Morrison in so many cool bands and projects. Remember Royal Machines? That cover band with big players, Dave Navarro, Chris Chaney of Jane's Addiction, Josh Freese of Foo Fighters, Donovan Leitch hosts. Billy was in Camp Freddy, basically that same lineup, just a different name. And Scott Weiland of Stone Temple Pilots was in that band as well. Billy's toured with The Cult. He fronts Circus Diablo. And of course, he's one of Billy Idol's guitarists. And when Billy jumped to Zoom with us, we talked about all things music, like music videos and how they changed the game, like Friday night videos, Good Rockin' Tonight, must-watch TV back then. He talked about Metallica's drummer Lars Ulrich, doing a radio show on Sirius XM with Ozzy Osbourne, the autobiographies that he loves. We even touched on his drug use a little bit and getting sober. I believe this year is his 30th year of sobriety. And we got into all sorts of other things as well, like Supermoto, the Kansas City Chiefs, his artwork, how that's hung in prestigious places. Aliens came up, so did binge-watching Game of Thrones, the creepy baby reindeer. And Billy shared career highlights with us as well, playing Wembley, MSG, Rock in Rio. Listen to this.
I mean, you can do top five. You can't nail down one thing. I mean, going back to England to play Wembley. Wembley is the big one. You play Wembley, it's a big word. And I went back with Billy a couple of years ago and played Wembley, which felt amazing. I think playing Madison Square Gardens felt the same here. Done that a couple of times. And Rock in Rio is wow. You know?
I heard that for whatever reason, that those crowds are so like it's almost like they're infectious, you know, like
they are.
One
South
person
America,
gets to the next and the next, and suddenly like it's just fucking out of control.
I'm lucky enough to have been to South America many times because I've also gone with Ozzy and Black Sabbath, and there is something special about South America. They are, and they know that. So there's this cycle of we think it's great down there and they want to be best for us. And so they go absolutely nuts for rock music. Which is, it's so great touring.
Singing and dancing and jumping. Like the crowds are something else, man.
It's really cool.
Listen to This on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Visit them on Facebook and Twitter at Tedco RV Supplies.
Have you ever heard about the 19th century French actress with so many lovers that they formed a lovers' union? Or what about the Aboriginal Australian bandit who faked going into labor just to escape the police, which she did escape from them. It was a great plan. How about the French queen who murdered her rival with poison gloves? I'm Ann Foster, host of the feminist women's history comedy podcast, Vulgar History. Every week I share the saga of a woman from history whose story you probably didn't already know, and you will never forget after you hear it. Sometimes we re-examine well-known people like Cleopatra or Pocahontas, sharing the truth behind their legends. Sometimes we look at the scandalous women you'll never find in a history textbook. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts. And if you're curious, the people I was talking about before, the Australian woman is named Marianne Bugg, and the French actress was named Rochelle, no last name, just Rochelle. And the queen who poisoned her rival is Catherine de Medici. I have episodes about all of them.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate.
We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone. So we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We love movies, and we come at them from different perspectives.
Yeah, like Amy thinks that, Joe Pesci was miscast in Goodfellas, and I don't.
He's too old. Let's not forget that Paul thinks that Dune 2 is overrated.
It is.
Anyway, despite this, we come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
We've done deep dives on popcorn flicks. We've talked about why Independence Day deserves a second look.
And we've talked about horror movies, some that you've never even heard of, like Ganja and Hess.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.